Namaste, my dear friends. Friends, we have been talking about the wisdom from Gregg Braden, the amazing master, who has really gone out. He's a scientist, but he's really gone and studied a lot of the indigenous cultures, a lot of the ancient traditions, trying to understand the science and really bring the science, the core essence of all of them. We are talking about his teachings, and his teachings are in different aspects in healing, in really being, the creator of our life, knowing how powerful we are, but also in relationships. So today the topic that we are doing is relationships. I'm just waiting for some comments. Yes, that's good. Thank you, Abhinan. Thank you, Rajbinder. Thank you for that. So friends, we were sharing this. We were doing a little contemplation. I asked everybody to think, contemplate. This is just before we went off. So I think we got good time to really contemplate on this. Does your environment control your thinking? So, where in your life do you experience that your environment is controlling your thinking? And where do you actually experience that when you think a particular way, that starts shifting or affecting your environment? So maybe control is too strong a word, but affecting. Your environment affects your thinking, and your thinking affects your environment. So if you have already not done this contemplation, maybe you can do that as we go on speaking further and we take the next break. We were understanding really the science of us. What is the science? That we are all energy beings. There is energy within us, there is energy all around us. And we are really creating our reality. We've all heard about this. We may not be experiencing this. So many times we feel like, no, but this illness that's happening, this is not something that I wanted. Why did this happen, right? We obviously don't create it consciously. But somewhere there is a part of us which is creating this reality. And when something is happening, it is also our teacher, it is also showing to us something about ourselves. So even if we may not right now be aware of everything, but we all have heard, we all know at the knowledge level at least, that we are creating our reality. Now when we are saying this, what is it that we need to become aware of? We need to be aware of our state of being. How do we create our reality? It is my state of being. What is my state of being is being mirrored outside. What is it that I need to pay attention to? It is my own thoughts and my feelings. Thoughts, friends, is the language of the brain. When we are thinking a particular way, if I think I cannot trust this person, I don't think this is a safe place, somewhere I start feeling scared, automatically the signal has started going into my body, because I need to now be aware. I cannot relax and be safe and enjoy. I have to be a little careful. I can't be carefree here. So the feelings, the signals are going into the body, and that signal that's going, we experience different sensations in the body. We feel a little grumbling in the stomach, or a little a churning in the stomach, or a little palpitations that we may have. This is all the body is already kind of getting this fight or flight kind of a signal. There is something the body is already preparing for. So this way, the thought, which is the language of the brain, and then there is corresponding feelings that we have, which is the language of the body. Of course, we all have heard the psychologists, the doctors say that what we are aware of about ourselves is just the tip of an iceberg. What we see, what we know, is just 5 to 10%, which is the conscious mind. The 90 to 95%, which is submerged, the iceberg, the larger part of the iceberg, is the unconscious or the subconscious. We use both of these terms interchangeably. What is really there is all that from childhood was not allowed, was not appreciated. Also, what we were not aware of. So, till the age of 4 years, we usually are not even aware of. But things are really stored in the subconscious. Everything that we were really not appreciated about. The parents said, it's not good to cry. A good child should not be crying. A good child should not be getting angry. And the child really starts suppressing. So, all of that really, all the pain you can't express, you can't show, all that is really not to be seen, not to be shown, that starts getting going under the carpet into the subconscious. So, a lot of the stuff there is what is not accepted. So, we also stop seeing it. Now, when we say that we are creating our reality, we may all have heard that we need to pay attention to our beliefs. Our beliefs are so important. I mentioned in the beginning about Dr. Bruce Lipton, who is the cell biologist who, in his research in the last century, was thrilled when he discovered that it's not really the nucleus of the cell that's the most important. It's the environment, the internal environment. And as he was really studying this, he realized what is the internal environment of the cell? What is it that's feeding the cell? The internal environment of the cell is what our beliefs are. These beliefs are formed by the age of 6 years. What are beliefs? Beliefs are subconscious, friends. They are again thoughts and feelings. So basically, when we understand from the mental makeup, the what we think, and then as a result, how we feel. But beliefs is something, are the thought patterns that we have thought for months and years and decades. As I mentioned, so we don't even know, we are not even aware of, because we actually just believe the life is that way. We don't know of life another way. We are not aware that this there could be another possibility, right? It's classically when we get married, that one person is there with the other person now in the same bedroom, and there are different ways of seeing life, of different beliefs about marriage, that the problems start to occur. So when we now look at this, friends, our state of being, which we just said, that's what really affects what is happening in our life. That has thoughts and feelings. What am I feeling right now? What am I thinking right now? Our attitudes are thoughts and feelings, thoughts and feelings. So the same kind of thoughts over many weeks, many days. The beliefs are further deeper. Further, when we say deeper, you're not aware of it, more subconscious. They are attitudes plus attitudes plus attitudes. So for decades, it's been there. And then further deeper is the perceptions. Perception is the way that we look at life. So if I see the life as with these colored glasses, with red colored glasses, and my partner sees the life with the green colored glasses, and then there is so much clash, because of course we are not really agreeing on certain things, but we both have our beliefs which we are so strong about. So our perceptions will have many, many beliefs in them. And these perceptions are usually formed over lifetimes. So we carry our sanskaras even from the past lives. Now, when we are saying that this is really creating our reality, what is it that we need to do? We need to just become aware of these thoughts and feelings. We need to start becoming aware of what are our thoughts. Dr. Newton says we need to become a stalker of our thoughts. What kind of thoughts am I thinking? What is it that's really going on inside me? Now, of course, we don't have to worry about it. One of the common negative aspects that happens is people start stressing about it. They become this obsessive positive thinkers. Oh, my thoughts are very important. I have to only think positive. Thoughts, so many of them are just habitual. They just come and go. So if we are just trying to say, oh, it's only have to be positive, positive, I have to fight, then there's a lot of fight that happens. I have to suppress any negative thoughts. And that is something that doesn't really help. We need to learn to watch the thoughts. Just like we watch the clouds in the sky. So I'm sitting here, there is an open sky there. How does it matter what color, what shape cloud is there. I need to just observe it. They start manifesting when we start giving them energy, when we start fueling them with the feelings, when we start believing in them that, oh my God, like I mentioned, I can't trust this person is coming. I don't know what this person is going to do with me. This place is not safe. Now there are feelings that are being fueled. And now my state of being, state of being that is also in my body, that is what is really going to affect. So when we just start to also watch the thoughts, don't get scared if you notice thoughts which are not necessarily positive. So that's one of the tips before we go ahead. So friends, when we understand this, that we are creating our reality, we already have our internal thoughts and feelings that goes on. We all have a storyteller inside. Like I just gave this example of this person who can't trust. Now automatically this corresponding feelings happen, further corresponding thoughts of fear are triggered, corresponding feelings. So the storyteller has started to tell a story. We all have a storyteller inside us who starts really saying these stories. And we need to really catch ourselves and stop saying some of the stories which may not necessarily be true. We have to be intelligent. We have to question our own thoughts, our own beliefs, to really ask, is it really true? But before we do that, coming to the science of manifestation, science of creation, the law of resonance is really in place. So when something is happening around me, there is the outside is actually showing to me something about the inner world. What is happening outside is the secondary reality. What is happening inside me is the primary reality. You can imagine the projector and the screen. The movie is playing out on the screen. It looks like the movie is on the screen, but actually it is playing out on the projector. Similar is our case. There is a story that's playing out here, and we are not so aware. We are not so completely aware. 95% is unconscious. We start seeing this in the outside reality that's happening. We start seeing what is really happening in the inner world. So the outer world is a reflection, is a resonance of the inner world, and it is actually informing to us about our inner world. We are living in a participatory universe. We asked this question in the beginning. Does the universe affect me? Does the environment affect me, my thinking? Or does my thinking affect it? So we are living in a participatory universe. Till the last century, a lot of people would think we just have to observe. We don't have to really, we can't create, we can't do anything. We are helpless, we are victims. But now we are realizing that we are actually powerful creators. We need to recognize this power within us, and we need to actively participate in this universe to create a beautiful universe. We all are creating our own personal realities, and then all of us together are creating the bigger reality. This is the truth. So I mentioned about the mirrors of relationships that Gregg Braden, I heard his talk, very beautiful one on YouTube. I read his book, this book of hidden, I think it's called the Hidden Matrix or something like that. The Divine Matrix, sorry, the Divine Matrix. In this book, I read about it, and I attended the workshop with Dr. Newton, Dr.Lakshmi in 2013 about the 7 Essene mirrors. Essenes, who were the ancient people in the place called Qumran. These scriptures have been found out from the Dead Sea. They're called the Dead Sea Scrolls. In the last century, in about 1950s, by chance a person went into one of these caves and they discovered these scrolls that were there. These scrolls had been hidden, and these scrolls have been the material of these ancient people. They were the teachers, they're believed to be teachers even to Jesus Christ. So Jesus Christ was also studying with them. This was a very beautiful, closed community where they were really practicing all the essential wisdom of spirituality and living with each other in harmony in this way. Now, the Essenes understood that just the fact that we are living with each other as human beings is a beautiful opportunity. When we said that the universe is mirroring to us, is showing to us, the outer world is reflecting to us, they realize that the relationships are a beautiful opportunity of us understanding ourselves. Our inner truth, our inner reality right now is being mirrored in the way that my relationships are. When relationships are affecting us, when something is bothering me, I need to actually look back as to what is it reflecting to me. When I say that, they are reflecting to us part of ourselves. I'm going to stop sharing the screen here for some time. Okay. And when we say that they are reflecting to us, right? What is it? Why is it? What's really happening? The universe is constantly trying to make us complete. Like we said, we are aware of only little part of us, but we feel helpless. We feel like a victim. We are really not living a fulfilled life. It's only when we know our true self, our true potential, that we can really enjoy this life. We can live this full life and live our full potential here. So these relationships are a beautiful opportunity. Universe is sending this to us because we need to really see those parts of us that we are not really aware of. A lot of whatever that we would have judged, we would have really condemned, everything that's gone into the subconscious is going to be played out here in the relationships. So the Essenes really studied them in so much detail, in so much depth. Not only did they say, okay, these are mirrors, but what kind of mirrors? They have gone to the beautiful extent of classifying 7 types of mirrors. So, this person who is reflecting, who's right now affecting you, you're getting irritated, angry, frustrated right now, or you're feeling like, why is this person, why am I so drawn to this person? So, different aspects, it's not only the negative, but also the positive ones. But when things are affecting us, it is one out of these 7 types of mirrors which will show to us what is really happening within us, what part of us is being reflected here. So, this beautiful opportunity of really understanding that. And as I was sharing, that attending this workshop was one of a turning point in my life, because really, when you start to understand what it is that this person, when somebody is affecting you, when you're getting irritated with somebody, and you say, oh my god, okay, what is this person here showing, what part of me is being reflected here? And then when you know these types of mirrors, you realize, oh, it's this type of mirror, this person is reflecting me. So, just when we say mirror, friends, I want you to really visualize when there's a mirror in front of you you're not liking. Classically, automatically, what happens is we try to change the other. We try to tell the other person how this is such a wrong approach, what they're doing is not right, they have to change. We try to do everything, and even if we don't say it directly, in our minds, we really think this person is such a fool, not really understanding this, and all that storytelling has started. But when you understand this, when you immediately realize that, oh, this person is a mirror, now when this person is a mirror, there is nothing to be changed here. When you're not liking something, you have to reflect back here. What is really happening here? And when you realize that, it is so easy. That's why we start paying attention to our thoughts and feelings. We can start changing that. We are powerful alchemist friends, and we need to really work with our own feelings. We will talk about it after this mirror, but we obviously cannot speak about the 7 mirrors here, friends. As I mentioned, it's a full 2-day workshop, But we are only going to talk about this first most important mirror. The first mirror, friends, is the reflections of the moment. It reflects to us that which we are. So when this person is behaving in a particular way, I need to look at, this person is very angry, irritated. I need to see, is that also my state? Am I also very angry, disturbed inside right now? So this person may be just reflecting to me back what is my internal state. And what I then need to do is just correct this. I'd like to share the workshop that I mentioned we attended. There was this teacher. She was a primary school teacher, and she shared that whenever she would go into the class, the day she had meditated, the class was amazing. In this class, classically, she used to have these three boys who used to be the troublemakers. They used to be the very mischievous ones. And she was constantly worried about them. So she said that the day I was calm, I had meditated, it was a breeze. There was nothing I had to worry about. But the day that she had not meditated and she had just landed up into the class, probably carrying a lot of stuff back from home, that's the day the class was a mess. These mischief mongers would really take over and things would be affected. This mirror is something that has also been so commonly observed by parents. So many mothers, so we do this a lot of work with the parents, and the parents have actually shared that whenever they notice that their state is calm, their children are fine, they're absolutely good environment at home, and the children could be 25 years old. Okay, so it doesn't have to be just 3-4 years old, but whenever they are not in a calm state, when they are hassled, that's also reflected in the environment in the house. So I would like you to contemplate here. I'm sure all of us have experienced this. That also, how can we affect the environment? Where have you observed that when you were disturbed, things were going wrong? Sometimes we notice we just wake up with a bad dream. We are, going out of the house in a bad mood, and just one after the other, things are really going, which are not really bad. Why is it that we need to become aware about it? How does it help? So this colleague we in office shared about this mirror, and there was this colleague who went to the visa office. Now she had reached about 3 minutes late from her appointment time. And as she goes with her papers to be submitted for the visa, absolutely well prepared, all the papers are well done. And she goes there, and this person who's just taking is very irritated with her. Okay, and she doesn't realize, why is she talking to me so rudely. So she just went and sat. She remembered this mirror concept. So we used to have a sangha. The last week we had discussed about the mirrors. She went there, she sits, takes a glass of water, and she realizes that she was getting late. She was aware about it. She was in the train, and she was really getting angry at this other person who was really not giving her the way. Just as she realized this, she just calmed herself down, taking that sip of water. She took half a minute just there. And then she went back to the lady, changing her own vibration, changing her own state of mind in a pleasant way, not just superficially, but really deeply feeling okay and taking responsibility internally. That yes, I was really angry and frustrated, and that's how that may be reflecting back there. And as her state of mind changed, there was absolutely no difference. It was almost like this person had completely changed. She was like an angel, helped her with everything, and her work was done. So, this is one of the simple ways, friends, we can, in the moment, just this realization. This realization is a power, there's a power of responsibility there, right? We can realize that, yes, I can really work on this. Just the fact that you realized it, you acknowledge that yes, I was angry. So what she did was, she did not suppress her emotion. She did not say, oh, why should I be angry? She just realized it. She just saw it. Just seeing our emotion is enough. As she saw it, the second step that's important is her willingness to shift. Like I said, we are powerful alchemists. When we are saying, oh, I want to change, I want to shift, I'm not now trying to say the same story and trying to say, but it was that person's fault, and now again this person is also behaving like this with me. It is such a bad day, this always happens with me. Classically, when we don't remember, realize this concept, we tend to go into this victim mode. It started, it was bad there, now this person, so it is one on top of the other, and the ball keeps rolling. But when we realize this, it gives us the power, we are able to shift. So, first, we become aware of the emotion, we acknowledge it. Second, a willingness to shift, to change that. And then bringing the positive. When the positive and the negative come together, the positive always takes over. So, the fact that she took responsibility of her emotion, and then she went back in a pleasant way, not carrying back resentment for this person. Why did you speak to me badly? Right? She went pleasantly. That's what the magic is. So I would like all of us to really contemplate if we have really experienced this, right? You can also share about this. We're going to only talk about this one single mirror, friends, today. The powerful mirror. Each of the next mirrors are further more subtle. This is the most obvious mirror. So, whenever there is something happening, the other person is being irritated with you, we need to look at ourselves. Is this person reflecting a part of me? Am I also being this way? The mystery of the first mirror says, you have read the face of the sky and of the earth, but you have not recognized how to read the moment. We have to read this moment, what is happening around us. We have to learn the science of reading this moment. This is from the Nag Hammadi library, which is from the scrolls. Now, friends, as I mentioned that classically, if this person had not realized, the storyteller would have started, right? This person also was treating me badly. She was not giving me place in the train, and now this person is treating me. Now, what happens is when we are really experiencing this, we go into the storytelling, there is stress in the body. We are all powerful creators. And stress, what is there, our nervous system is just like animals. It's just like that deer which has to escape for life, right? That's the stress for the animal. That's when they experience the fight or flight mechanism. The sympathetic nervous system is activated, where they have to run for life. But in human beings, thought alone can trigger this response. Just the thought that she also did this, now this person is also behaving like this. Why is it that I am having such a bad day? Now, just starting to think of all these things can start giving us triggering the same stress response in us. Our brain is organized to reflect everything that we know in our environment. So we are perceiving whatever is happening. Our brain, from its past experiences, first perceives it in that way. So we have to become aware about it. It's actually going to show us things in the same way. Now, when we are talking about the stress response, my dear friends, a lot of the stress, when we are in stress, where is the energy going? The energy is going in the first three chakras: the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus, the Muladhar, Swadhisthana, and Manipura. These are the chakras of our survival. Physically, we have to survive. My emotional, so what am I feeling? How is other person treating me? And then also about my thoughts and feelings, my identity, my ego. These are the three chakras which are connected with the stress. The heart chakra, which is the central one, there are three below, three above. That is the one that connects our physical realm, the lower three chakras, and our spiritual realm, which are the throat, the third eye, and the crown chakra. Heart chakra is the bridge. That's the one that's connect. Now, of course, when there is stress, what happens? We all go into, we all have to think about ourselves. We have to become selfish. We have to think about our own life. That's not the time when we can think about love, about sharing things with other people. The selfishness comes in. We have to worry about what will happen for the next meal for me, right? So when we are really going into this stress kind of a response, I'm really starting to only think from my perspective. So it may not necessarily be only physical, like I said, food, but my emotion, my ego, right? We become egoistic. Now, obviously, the energy is more and more accumulating in the lower three chakras. As I mentioned, because for us human beings, thought alone can trigger that. When we start observing, we need to start observing the thoughts and the feelings. We need to start understanding these mirrors and then learn to really open the heart chakra. The heart chakra, all know that the brain is a very important organ. Equally or more important is also the heart. The heart also has nerve plexuses, which is sending signal. The vagus nerve, which is the thickest nerve that's going to the brain from there. A lot of communication is really happening from here. When we open our heart, when we are telling that it is safe, that's when the signal is really going to the brain also to really start sending the signal to the entire body. When we are in stress, friends, like I said, we have to become selfish. In our body also, that's exactly what's been happening. They have actually observed when they have recorded the brain waves. So Heart Math Institute, where Gregg Braden works with, when they have recorded the brain waves, they have realized that when one is in stress, which is most of the time for a lot of us, unless and until we're really doing something to de-stress, right? There are aspects of brain which are just working individually. They are not even communicating with the other parts of the brain. So whatever function that part has to do, it's doing that. The other part is doing its own function, but there is not really good communication that's happening between the different parts of the brain, and the communication between the heart and the brain also is not happening as much. This, they talk about coherence, that there has to be coherence. In simple terms, if we understand that there are many, many instruments, there is a possibility of an orchestra. Now, when there is stress and when there is no coherence, no coordination, no harmony, what's happening is each is playing their own beat at their own time. And of course, it's a lot of noise, right? But when things have to come in harmony, when we say coherence, what will happen there? That the different parts of the brain, they start harmonizing. The brain and the heart, they start harmonizing, they start coordinating. And a beautiful orchestra, beautiful music can be created from that. Now, because a lot of the times with whatever that we may have lived, we spoke about beliefs, we spoke about so much has been pre-decided in our childhood. We are living with so much stress. The storytelling is on. Now, the storytelling response starts the moment I enter my office. There's a colleague, she always triggers me. The same story starts in me, right? Now, what is it that I need to do? I need to really recognize people are mirrors, and I need to really start taking charge of myself so that I can create coherence. That is something we do with meditation. But what is the important step in really doing that is opening the heart. Why we say opening the heart really shuts when there is pain. When we feel my colleague is going to hurt me, this person is doing this to me, when we have been hurt, our heart chakra is really shut. We have to think about ourselves, we have to worry about ourselves, and the energy is in the lower three chakras. When we open our heart, we are giving the signal, we are sending the signal from the heart to the brain that it is safe. And when we are doing that, energy automatically starts rising here. That's exactly what is needed when we also meditate. That's also needed when we want to create anything different in our lives. Friends, in stress, we cannot be creative. It's only when we get out of the stress mode that we can be in creative mode. So when we open our heart, that's when we can really start communicating with this. So this is something that all the indigenous cultures, all the ancient cultures have known. When we speak, when we are talking them to them, asking them something important, where is home? They talk. When we speak about home, when we speak about love, we put our hand here. Even so many times, intuitively, when people have to make important decisions, they put their hand here. Why is that the case? Our brain is a polarity organ. There is left and right. And if you have to decide, if you start just thinking, then there's going to be, this is right, but this is not right. Should I do this? Should I not do this? There is always going to be two things. You're going to be confused. But when you have to really make a decision, if we connect to the heart, that is what will give us the answer. So I'm going to share with you this very simple technique before we do the meditation. Just going to go ahead. The heart, friends, has the strongest electromagnetic field. So we have to really work, we have to learn to open our hearts. Friends, we have this workshop, Radiant Relationships, the Quantum Life University with AHA Movement we are doing a live workshop in Mumbai next weekend. And also, because there were other friends wanting to join, we have also made it a virtual workshop. It's a hybrid event. And before we really now go into the meditation, this simple technique that we are going to practice now and then go into the meditation. So as I mentioned that, of course, we are aware of whatever that we are feeling, we acknowledge it. But then the second step is we bring our attention to our heart. When we are saying opening our heart, we are bringing our attention to the heart. A lot of the times, because we are living in the head, when we say, oh, we pay attention to what we are feeling, we pay attention to our heart, people also think about what they are feeling, they think about their heart. So Gregg Braden says that we actually bring our attention to it by putting one or two fingers here, or maybe just the fingers here, or an entire palm here. So when we are actually touching it, that helps us to bring the attention here. And that's what then starts taking this energy here. We are able to really sense and feel what's happening here. We pay attention to our heart and we start opening our heart. How is the way that we are going to open our heart? The next step that we do is we take long breaths. Just for a short time, for about 3 to 5 minutes, friends, as we start with our meditation, we're going to put our hand here. We're going to breathe in deeply. So 5 seconds breathing in. And if possible, the breathing out can be a little longer. If possible, 7 to 8 seconds. So 5 counts breathing in, 7 to 8 counts breathing out. But if that's difficult, maybe equal 5 and 5. Now, when we are actually inhaling deeply, we are triggering the parasympathetic nervous system. We are sending the signal it is safe. And when we are doing that, the entire body starts to calm down. This simple technique you can actually use, friends, before meditation. You can use it anytime, even in the day, before you do yoga, before you go to work. Supposing someday you've not had a chance to meditate, 5 minutes, just do this. That will help you to come into a good state of mind. You can also do this before going to sleep. So the second step I mentioned, breathing deeply. The third step is really to become aware of a positive emotion. It could be gratitude. So, feeling grateful for anything. Like, I'm grateful right now that I'm having this opportunity to be with all of you right now. It could be grateful. So, there are so many things always that are not working, but always there are things that are working out in our life. So at that point in time, just becoming grateful for something that's really there, that you are right now healthy, you're alive, that you're able to go out and able to serve something, some people, right? Serve a cause. It could be compassion. It could be just feeling very graciousness, feeling gracious. So, or feeling caring towards maybe your child, maybe towards a pet, maybe towards your parents, feeling a lot of gratitude towards your parents. When you bring your awareness to one positive emotion, like I mentioned, the positive always overrides the negative, your frequency changes already. Your state of being is changing. And obviously, then you are in a powerful place. We start creating from that. So, we are going to now do a meditation, my dear friends, about 25 minutes. First 5 minutes, we are going to practice this technique. If there is any questions, you can post to me, post this meditation. Take a comfortable posture, my dear friends, and allow yourself to now sit in a relaxed way, putting one palm or a couple of fingers on your heart, the center of your chest. Bring all your attention from your head, where it normally is, to your heart, and the touching is going to help. And start taking deep and long breaths. Breathing in for 5 counts. Breathing out for 5 or longer. Breathing in long, 5 counts. And breathing out again for 5 or longer. Relaxed but deeper and longer breaths. Be with your own rhythm. Be comfortable. Trust your own self. It is safe right now. You are a powerful creator of your reality. And we are opening our heart so that we can experience more love in life, so that we can live our potential. Breathing in 5 counts. Breathing out 5 counts or more. You may start feeling a deep relaxation or just an expansiveness in the heart as you keep your awareness there. Continue breathing in this way just for another half a minute. Breathing in 5 counts. Breathing out 5 counts or more. And as you now breathe in your natural way, allow yourself to bring into awareness a positive feeling, something that in this moment you can be grateful for. Be with this feeling, feel it. And now you can be with your natural breath, feeling already grateful for this aspect of your life. Be with your natural incoming breath and outgoing breath. Anapanasati meditation. You may relax your hand if you're still holding it there at your chest, at your heart. Just a deep relaxation coming into your heart as you be with your breath. The next 15 minutes as you spend time with your breath, I'm going to say some sutras of radiant relationships, some inner truths. Allow yourself to take in those words in this silence as you just now be with your breath, with your open heart. Natural incoming breath and outgoing breath. Be aware of it. A relaxed awareness. Simply watching what is. Allow yourself to ride the wave of the breath. Meditation is a practice of self-love. Our very first relationship is our relationship with self. Be with your breath. Be with yourself in the most loving way. Love yourself. Every breath that's coming in, the energy, the prana that's coming in is loving energy. Feel yourself being filled with this love. Every breath that's moving out is also carrying love out from you. Relax into it. Feel that happen. Your first relationship is with yourself. Let yourself feel a deep love for your own self. Every breath going into every tissue is carrying this love. Allow yourself to know that all other relationships in your life are sacred mirrors. They are sacred because we have also chosen some of them, most of them, before we were born. They are mirroring to you an aspect of you. Just as you be with your breath, relax deeper with this knowingness. Deep in you, you already know this truth. Don't let yourself go into the thinking, into the head, but be with your breath as you relax with this sutra. Inner harmony creates outer harmony. Allow yourself to feel this harmony now within yourself as you just be with the breath. The breath knows how to create harmony. Our body knows how to do it. It is our mind which has to get out of the way. Just be with your breath. Surrender to your breath. Breath is the master. And as you love yourself, as you understand that all relationships are sacred mirrors, know that the masculine and feminine are integral parts of the oneness. The masculine and feminine both are part of you. You are complete in yourself. Relax into this knowingness. Embracing both parts of you. Honoring both parts of you. With every breath, embracing yourself more, accepting yourself more, loving yourself more. So only when we love ourselves can we love others. Spend another 3 minutes just being with your breath and feeling this love. With every breath, feeling loved, feeling more love for yourself. Every breath going out of your body is carrying this love, creating more loving relationships, relationships of commitment, care, compassion. Anchor this feeling in your body. Remember this feeling. Know that you are powerful. Just as we can start feeling all the stress by thinking of the stress, by remembering this, you will be able to tune into this love. Feel more and more love for yourself and create more loving relationships. Ripples of love are leaving your body with every breath. You are participating in creating your reality and the collective reality with more love, more care, more compassion each day. Treating the relationships in your life as wonderful ones who are showing you aspects of yourself. Enjoying those relationships, making them radiant. This beautiful feeling, beautiful intention, you're slowly getting ready to come back. This open heart. Take a couple of long and deep breaths. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Rub your palms together. Slowly cover your eyes. Open your eyes and welcome back. Wonderful friends, welcome back. Friends, if you would like to share any experience or ask any question, please, you can leave a message in the chat box. Thank you, friends, for joining. We've come towards the end of today's class. Just waiting for any questions, any sharings anybody would like to do. I can't see any messages here. Thank you, Abhinand. Thank you. Thank you, Rajbinder ji. Hello, Nitya. Thank you, Kaushik. Wonderful friends. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for the beautiful opportunity. Thank you, Suresh. Thank you, Dr. Newton, Dr. Lakshmi. Bye-bye.